Okay, well, we'll just start. Um, I'm 53, been around the block quite a few times. Yeah, when I was a kid, very quiet, let's say, very shy. Hid under my mom's dress the first time when I went to school in first grade. Didn't really talk to nobody. Um, just it took me a little bit. I came out of my shell, and by the end of this first school year, I was shoplifting from the school store in the office and took some kid's radio. I started stealing pretty early. But other than that, I was a nerd. I made straight A's in advanced like math classes early on. But overall, I was in 12 different schools in 12 years, first through 12th grade. It's crazy. Then between my junior and senior year of high school, I did basic training for the Army Reserve. Then they had signed me up for combat engineer, which I got trained mostly in when I was at basic because I did a split option program. They were supposed to send me back for further training, but I'm colorblind, so they have to. Um, they had to find me a new MOS, a new job, but it took 3 years. I sat in the reserves, and then when I got married to Carrie, my first wife, um, the recruiter got a hold of me and said they figured out how to get me to training. So well, that's when I went to Fort Benning, Harrison, and my wife Carrie was pregnant with our first kid, Tara. Uh, worked lots of different jobs over the years. Farm work, remodeling and maintenance. When I was 14, worked at a video store. When I turned 18, I was in the reserves then. Super America, which the job I had when I got married to Carrie. So, but the number of jobs over the years, I've probably at least 100 easy. Um, so, but I had two kids with my first wife. Have two with my an ex in Florida and one with an ex in Florida. So I have five total with three different women. Um, I'm pretty sure 11 grandkids, but a lot of the kids don't talk to me, especially the ones that have the all most of the kids. My youngest, he's got one now, so still haven't met it yet. Uh, I mean him. Um, so it's a lot of different jobs. Me and my first wife was it was tumultuous. A lot of bad checks over the years, running convenience stores, a lot of bad checks, skimming off the top of the register, taking food home. Uh, shoot, I don't think there was a time that I wasn't doing something shady uh, and not being told to stop or caught or just yeah, it was crazy. Since I was a nerd, nobody really noticed the really bad stuff I was doing. I was in chorus and JROTC and the rifle team, color guard, the drill team. Uh, yeah, it was. And then mom and stepfather, they were just oblivious. They had their own stuff going on. My brother and sister are older. They've been gone. Um, see, after I turned 18, I got back out of high school. I was I went to Jefferson State Vocational School for Advanced Technology program, which turned into be a cluster. They told me things that didn't really happen, so I got frustrated like always and didn't finish. Story of my life. Start things, don't finish them. A lot of people are like that. Then I guess all the fighting never hit her or nothing. But yelled a lot, hit walls and doors. We had two kids, and we were just scraping by and writing bad checks to get new places for deposits, and it was just so much. And we had to go over to her parents every year for Christmas, and then there was Thanksgiving with the families and stuff. There's a lot going on over the holidays. It was kind of hard for me to deal with. All the while, I didn't know that there were some underlying mental health issues that I had because we didn't really think about that stuff back then. And when I look back, I really wasn't given the tools I needed to understand, um, not really right and wrong, but how to deal with relationships, how to deal with money. Do I know how money works and savings works and making hard choices about what you spend on, how much you try to save, things like that? We've never really had a problem with that because we just never had anything to save. Uh, but that lasted 4 years. I ended up becoming an alcoholic when we split up. Uh, the girl that I was seeing at the time had an abortion for medical reasons. Then she stopped seeing me. Carrie had an abortion too, which me and her, my ex friend from high school, were both still fucking her. Jesus. Now they're married, got 11 or 12 kids, or 14 or something outrageous. And it's crazy. I can't imagine having that many kids. They're like ultra religious, big Catholic church. That's okay. You know, I used to resent, still would like my revenge one day, but I don't think I'll be able to do it. Then the move to Florida after I got drugged myself out of the drugs and alcohol here. I packed up what little bit I had and I took off for Florida. Dropped a pin on the map and ended up in Daytona. When I was at U of L on spring break, that's when I left. I just couldn't, another school I couldn't finish. Uh, so made my way down there, shoplifting and hustling pool. I was back in the big old block cell phone days. Looked like a brick. Uh, Pager, just an old Chevy pickup truck, rust bucket. Drove from here to Daytona Beach. Uh, Lived off women, vacation women in for several months down there. Uh, Started working in the day labor halls. Uh, met, you know, lived with another guy that works in the day labor halls. We split the hotel room, which they actually were relatively cheap back then down there. Um, and was got a job working on the roads. I was making per diem, mileage, decent wage. I think it was like $18 an hour back then. But we did auger cast piling, and I met a woman on one of my jobs that I was the wingman, and we had a kid. And I lived there, so I had some place to store my stuff while I was on the road. Which that's how I got my third kid. Uh, that crashed and burned. Jesus, another destructive relationship. Then was working in the mall. met my third baby mama, Melissa, and we had two kids. And holy shit, that one's probably, uh, oh my god, that's whole relationship at the time in Daytona Beach, 5, 10 years altogether. I was down in Daytona Beach, and very few days was it not just total shitstorm. Ah, and then I ended up in prison before I came back to Kentucky uh, for grand theft, stealing deposits from Papa John's. I was a manager at. Uh, then I was supposed to go straight back to Kentucky, but when I got released, but they made me stay and do 87 days on probation, even though I wasn't supposed to do it. That was my good time from being good in prison. But okay, I ended up being a crackhead again during that time and barely made it out alive. Caught a Greyhound, and my mom picked me up. She had my two kids because they were already in Kentucky. Just a fight to get them back. I got married to my current wife. We've had we've had our issues. Let's say, she didn't wasn't she had no idea or understanding of my past, the drugs. She knew, but still to this day, the stories I tell her about those times back then, just just can't believe somebody could go through as much stuff as I did. So now that all the kids are grown, um, still just day to day, man. Some we've had it okay and good at times, and totally fucked others, and it's changed. And we've probably moved in 18 years. We've been married 50 plus times. I've had probably 30, 40 different jobs. I'm disabled now. Uh, that's and then now we're finally we just got over being homeless a little over a year ago, just making it back to reality, sort of. Uh, it's a fight to keep this ability. It's a fight to get any kind of help, and I think it's going to just start getting worse. So that's a little general, very general idea. Didn't touch a lot on the drugs, all the criminal activity, you know, pimping out my significant others, pimping out myself, you know, uh, strippers, driving around the drug boys, selling weed and cocaine, fucking pretty much everything that moves. Had low morals for a long time. Now, I didn't like hurting anybody physically, though. Just never felt the need. Most people usually back down. You know, and the ones that don't, usually somebody stops them from getting to me or stops me from getting to them, one of the two. Um, you know, Usually the guy that breaks up fights at parties among my friends. You know, no, life wasn't all doing bad or bad luck. I don't want y'all to think that. Choices and the stupid shit I did, gave me the 5 kids that I got. So I can't say that I would change anything. Do I regret some of the choices and decisions I've made over the years? Yeah, I put too much time in a lot of women that didn't go nowhere. Probably is one. But there again, that wouldn't have gave me the kids that I have now because that'd have been a different situation. You know, stealing the money from Papa John's, the deposits. That was a yeah, really stupid thing to do. And then to not show up for work, I should have just went right into work. I'd probably had a better chance of getting away with it. You know, uh, mm, so much. But I plan on going over this. It's going to take a long time. The next part of this will probably touch on just probably my family history. Touch on some of my relatives, uh, my upbringing, a little more detail into all that. Sorry. If I appear jittery and stuff like that, it's just, you know, people usually know. Just nervous twitches. Um, my health is not the best in the world, so yeah, need a heart transplant, kidney transplant in a few years. Yeah, might have hypothyroidism. Thyroid isn't producing enough hormones it's supposed to, I guess, and that just aggravates all the problems I already have. Of course, the mental health issues, arthritis. Got all my knees and shoulders, and just it's gonna be a battle for a long time. And we have no car still, so yeah, we're not in the best shape right now, but we're not homeless. You can see my service dog Dubious on the bed back there. She's sleeping, or she heard me talking about her, so she moved a little bit. Uh, I guess I'm gonna cut this done. Try to be a little bit more detailed next time. See if I can figure out uh, this why I've got such a 30-second latency here. That's crazy. Just might be the internet. Could be too many things on my small computer. Might have to hook up a different. Use my son's a little faster. So hope you all enjoy the story once I get started. Uh, I might just tell stories. I got tons of them, and y'all could just piece them together if you want. Just listen to some episodes. Um, Trying to put an actual book together. I'm still trying to find somebody to actually help me do that. My wife says she was going to help me, but you know, neither here nor there. We'll figure that out. Um, like I said, y'all have a good Christmas. I should hopefully a little bit later today. I'll get back on and try this again if I can figure out.